Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. So sorry I'm late. I got ready to go live. Skylar popped up from a dead sleep and had to go outside, so I had to let her out. She likes to go potty and bark at birds. Let me find my live chat. Hope everyone had a great weekend, by the way. I did a little bit of housework over the weekend and got some presents wrapped and all that good stuff. Okay, let me remove this pinned message because that's annoying. Hey, Lisa, Haley, Cement Shoes, Never Lose Hope, Soccer Mom of One, Misty, good morning. Good morning. Is everyone ready for Christmas? I got a couple little things I got to go pick up, but I'm done. I'm done as far as like shopping. Just like a couple little things. Hey, faithful one, good morning. Oh, Cement Shoes, tell Melissa good morning. I'm cleaning off my glasses, y'all. And I'm sitting in my comfortable office chair. And guess what, guys? I put it all together except for the back of it. The back of it, I had to get some help from Mark, and he had to use one of his tools because the little Allen wrench it came with was like a pain in the butt. Hey, Boots Love, it's so good to see you. I was thinking about you the other day. How have you been? Soccer Mom, yes, ma'am. I am so ready. Yeah, me too. Me too. It's so cute. My son was out shopping for me yesterday. Isn't that cute? He thinks about his mama. He's getting big on me, guys. His voice is changing. It's getting like deep. See, I have Christmas, and then we have Timothy's birthday. My son's birthday is on the 29th, and we'll be making him some cupcakes. I've got to get online and see if the aquarium in Gatlinburg is open. He's wanting to go to that. I don't know if it's open because of the coronavirus or not. So I got us some interesting things to talk about this morning. But before I get started, let me ask y'all, did y'all watch that documentary on the ID channel last night about Lori Vallow and Tylee and JJ and, of course, that dumb Chad Daybell? Hey, Cheryl T, good morning. It's all right if you're late. Let me get y'all some late slips just because I like handing them out. Now, this is just a joke, guys, for anyone that doesn't know. These late slips. It was all Cement Shoes' idea. He has the best ideas ever. Speaking of his ideas, let me change the banner. Right here it is. Put Cement Shoes' slogan up. Anyways, I started watching that last night, and daggone it, I fell asleep. It went on commercial, and I switched the channel to American Dad, and I fell asleep. But from what I did see, I did learn some things that I didn't know. I'm going to go back and watch it and actually take notes. But it actually had Lori Bellow's other brother on there. Crap, what's his name? I believe it's Adam. He was talking about what a nut his sister was. She had actually told him that, she was a celestial being. She didn't have to eat anymore. She was bulletproof. Someone could shoot her, would not kill her, wouldn't hurt her. If you have the ID Go app, you can rewatch it, CC. Yeah, I'm going to go do that. I've got on demand anyway, so I can basically go back and watch anything. Now, in the bedroom, Mark got a new setup for the TV back there, a new box and remote. And when he's watching TV, he can actually pause it. It's pretty cool. I know it's probably been around forever, but I didn't have it. Anyways, I'm going to go back and watch that. We got a few things. We're going to talk about Joe Exotic, but I want to share something else first. Let me just look at my chat before I start. Oh, and did anyone see the live stream on Joe Exotic's channel last night? I learned more than I ever knew. See, I didn't know, Lisa, that Kay and Larry Woodcock had adopted JJ themselves. That's what it said last night, unless I heard it wrong. It said that they had adopted him themselves. And, they just really, at their age, didn't know if, they could raise him and do all the things that kids like to do. It takes a lot of energy to take care of little children. And anyways, basically, Charles called Kay one day and was like, hey, me and Lori talked about it, and we would like to adopt him. And I learned that JJ is their son's child, but he couldn't take care of him. I have a TV box PBR, and you can rewind it, put it on how to skip ads. They are cool. Yeah, we had the old cable boxes, just the regular on-demand ones. And then Mark went to the Roku in the bedroom and gave that box back. And then the Roku was using up all my Wi-Fi crap. I thought the Wi-Fi was unlimited. But anyways, it was using up all the data, so he went back to the TV box in the bedroom, and it came with that fancy smancy stuff, y'all, where you can pause it, all this and that. It's cool it pauses, but I don't like how the remote operates. Okay, so first up, let's talk about this Olympic boxer that was arrested for his daughter's murder. Allegedly, he killed his daughter in 2019 in a Staten Island park. And I'm going to try to pronounce this guy's first name. I think his name is Kabari Salim. He's 52 years old. He was indicted on December 5th for murdering his daughter, Ola Salim, who was 25 years old. She was found strangled in a Staten Island park in October 2019. Now, Kabari Salim is a former Olympic boxer known as the Egyptian magician. He represented Egypt in the Olympics in 1992 and 1996. In 1999, he killed an American boxer, Randy Carver, in the ring in Kansas City. Now, Kabari fled New York immediately after his daughter's body was found. He was tracked down by NYPD December 3rd in Egypt and returned to the U.S. And I'm going to be sharing their pictures with you guys. Let me go down and get them. I've never heard of this guy. So allegedly, when he killed this boxer inside the boxing ring, he kept he just went crazy on this guy and started headbutting him. And the guy died a few days later from the traumatic brain injury. Okay, hold on just 1 minute, guys. Let me see if I can get this video right here down before I share it. They must have had a really good idea of where he was at in Egypt. Because December 3rd. Let's see, when was he indicted? It said, hold on, I'll go back and look at that. So there's one of his pictures. Kabari Salim, 52. There he is in the ring in 2004 against Welsh boxer Joe. I can't say his name. It was in Edinburgh, though. Okay, so there is Ola Salim. Now, Ola advocated for women, Muslim women who were in abusive relationships, had been victims of domestic violence. That's what she did. I'm just wondering, I just came across this story about 20 minutes before I started to go live, so I'm going to have to do a little reading to y'all. Okay, it says Ola Salim's body was found in this park on Staten Island in October 2019. It's like a nice little wooded park. There he is in the ring. It says Ola had worked for Muslim women who were victims of domestic violence in New York. Bless her heart. Okay. So let's go down. Let me go back up here just a second. So he was indicted on November 5th. I couldn't remember that. And they went and got him on December 3rd. He said in March, he had actually posted on Instagram, I miss you. I love you. Rest in peace, my love. Ola, Kabari Salim. You know what his name reminds me of? Cadbury egg. I swear. New York Police Department's Regional Fugitive Task Force tracked him down on December 3rd in Egypt, brought him back to New York on Friday, sources told the New York Post. The young woman's body was discovered by a jogger in Staten Island's Bloomingdale Park. I get in too big of a hurry and can't pronounce stuff. The fully clothed body had been dragged through the woods some 30 feet, then covered in leaves. Kabari is a former professional middleweight boxer who went by the nickname the Egyptian Magician and who competed in the 1992 and 96 Summer Olympics. Salim killed one opponent, Randy Carver, in the ring in Kansas City in September 1999 after repeatedly headbutting him. Carver never regained consciousness after being knocked out in the 10th round and died 2 days later from blunt head trauma. Freaking nut. His daughter, who lived in Rosebank, had been an advocate for Muslim women suffering from domestic violence through her volunteer work at the New York City based, I can't pronounce that word, Asya something other, Women's Center, a 20-bed shelter and resource organization. Okay, it says she was strangled and police said it was unlikely her killing was random. Detectives believe she was killed elsewhere and dumped in Bloomingdale Park. The NYPD previously confirmed that officers had been called to her home on Dill Court 5 times in the year leading up to her death for reasons including a violation of an order of protection and criminal contempt. Multiple residents of Dill Court said they have previously seen police respond to the home. They told Staten Island Live that there had been some problems at the location, including at least one incident in which they believed Salim was taken away by an ambulance. That was Ola Salim being taken away by the ambulance, not the father. Just want to make that clear. So I'm just wondering who she was calling the police on. I got a feeling it was her own father. Let me go back down to these pictures. Freaking weirdo. Let me get back to my chat for just a second so I can see what y'all are saying. Let me just close that tab out. Hey, Red Ram. They do stick to the cultures. Yeah. You know, I've heard of those honor killings when they disrespect the family. They do that honor killing. It's the craziest thing I've ever heard of. Hey, Natalie. Good morning. Good job on your videos on Alexa Sharkey, Red Ram. I just love that voiceover. That voice. Like, I wish I could do that where it didn't sound like me because I just talk so daggone countrified. Hey, Chatterbox. Your laptop blew up. Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Anyways, we'll have to keep following this story and see what happens with it. If he gets convicted. I have got some questions like who did she have this protection order against? Was it her father? I want to know about their relationship, how their relationship was, all those things. I didn't even plan on talking about this morning. Like I said, I did fix my thumbnail and saw this, and I was like, hey, I'm going to share this. Because it's big news. I mean, he was an Olympic boxer. She advocated for women in New York. She's found strangled. Dad's accused. He's extradited back from Egypt. It's big news. Okay. Now, we can talk about Joe Exotic for a minute. Hey, Carol Baskin's getting ready to get that, let me see what the name of it is, Big Cat Public Safety Act passed. Now, it made it through the House of Representatives, right? Like of a vote of 272 to 114, but it's not going any farther than that. But it has made some progress. And if the Big Cat Public Safety Act is passed, it will prevent people from owning big cats, private owners, and like zoos. It will prevent them from doing that. Now, if people already have big cats, they will not get their cats taken, but they will have to register the cats with the, what's it called? Fish and Wildlife. They will have to be registered. Let me find this Joe stuff. So Joe is on a list of the top 7 high-profile people who may get a pardon from President Donald Trump. Crap, I'm trying to scroll this. Now, they did a live stream on his channel last night. I took some notes. Let me go over here to my notes. Gosh, money. I got a lot of notes. So on the live stream last night, they were basically talking about the letter that Joe wrote to Kim Kardashian. And he wrote this letter to Kim Kardashian because he knows she can talk to the president. And they shot his pardon down. I mean, the president didn't even get to see his pardon. So last night they were talking about that on the live stream. They're trying to get Kim Kardashian's attention so that she can help Joe. And basically, you know, they were just giving some details of how they think that Joe was set up by Carol and Jeff Lowe and Alan Glover and Alan's woman, Cheryl Ann, which Cheryl Ann is actually Travis Maldonado's mother. And Travis was one of Joe's husbands. He is the one that accidentally shot and killed himself inside the zoo office. So I think that's a little suspicious here. Alan is the alleged hitman, and his girlfriend is Cheryl, Travis's mom. And Cheryl does blame Joe for Travis's death. Ripper did a good video last night. He thinks Carol sent a message out of her diaries. I seen that he had put up a video. I went to click on it, but it was a premiere, so it wasn't playing yet. But I'm going to go back and listen to it. They did point out some interesting things last night, such as the pizza phone was a big key piece of evidence in the trial. They alleged that Joe had gave this pizza phone, which was a burner phone, to Alan so he could communicate with Alan Glover when he went and killed Carol. But there were some text messages, and I've actually read these texts before. I probably got them in my Google Drive, but there was some text between Alan and Cheryl about the phone, because the phone came up missing. There's actually texts from Jeff Lowe saying he thinks Alan stole the phone. Alan did steal the phone, because there were texts between Alan and Cheryl, and he admitted that he stole that pizza, what they called the pizza phone. I guess it was a cell phone that was somehow connected to like the little pizza place that Joe owned. Let me get back over to my chat so I can see everybody. Yeah, that's the guy who was interviewed in the bathtub. I didn't see if he was interviewed in the bathtub. He's a shady person. Here's something else that they pointed out. Joe and Alan did not like each other. There's actually texts that prove. See, Alan was Jeff's big buddy. Jeff Lowe brought him into that zoo, right? When he got involved with it. But there was text to show that Jeff wanted Alan to go back to North Carolina because him and Joe could not get along. And he wanted Joe to give Alan $3,000 so that he could just get a plane ticket and be gone. But anyways, they were saying, why would Joe hire Alan Glover to murder Carol when Joe couldn't stand Alan? And Alan was a F-up. I'm just going to say the word. He was a fuck-up, y'all. He can't do nothing right. He can't chew gum and walk. Everything he tries to do, he messes up because he don't got no common sense. So why would Joe pick him to be the hitman? I'm listening, just busy doing a future. Okay, that's all right, soccer mom. I get it. Hey, Mike, good morning. Just wanted to drop in and say good morning all. Driving around, running last minute errands for the holidays. Be safe, hon. Be safe. Merry Christmas. I've got to get some last minute things done too. Okay, back to Joe. So that doesn't make sense. Here's what I believe. I believe Jeff egged Joe on about the murdering Carol. Do I think that Joe probably made some comments like, I wish she was gone, stuff like that? Yes. But Jeff Lowe actually saw an interview with him, and he was like, did I egg Joe on when I was recording him on the phone? He's like, yeah, to get him to talk. See, that's not allowed. When these undercover cops are setting up a sting to bust someone for murder for hire, they don't egg them on. They actually give them a chance to back out of it. So I don't think that recording should have ever been allowed in court. Can't chew gum and walk. Oh my God. Yeah, Alan can't. Everybody that they have interviewed about Alan that worked at that zoo says the same things. Everything he touches, he messes up. He's an F up, you know? I heard they gave him that phone along with $3,000 so he could leave town. Well, Jeff may have gave it to him, but I saw a text that Alan admitted to stealing that phone, and he was talking with his girlfriend, Cheryl Ann, through the text messages. He stole that phone. Now, Joe did give him $3,000. Yeah, so he could leave town and get the hell away from the zoo. Because Joe didn't like him. They had problems. They was always arguing and going on. I've never seen that film, Cement Shoes. I need to check that out. So, did set him up. Jeff is the one that contacted Carol to say, hey, Joe's trying to murder you. Like, and here's another thing. Like, I reckon Jeff and Joe had talked about getting rid of Carol. Nothing ever became of it. Joe was not serious about any of that crap. He was smart enough to know if anything happened to Carol, he would have been the first door the cops were knocking on because he's the one, that was feuding with her. I think this was all a plan so Jeff could have complete control of that zoo. And it wouldn't surprise me if Jeff and Carol, had been in cahoots for a long time. Because isn't it funny how she ended up with Joe's zoo? I think it is. That was probably going to happen regardless, though, now that I think about it, because of the lawsuit and all that. At a red light, Merry Christmas and have a Happy New Year's, everyone. You too, Mike. You're so sweet. I'm glad you found this chat. You seem really, really cool. You seem like our kind of people. Anyways, I saw a video that Carol had uploaded, something about calling out Alan Schrader, her ex-lover, that was so good in bed. Remember, she done one of her liary videos and talking about how he made her knees shake, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, she uploaded a video, something about a credit card bill. I guess he used her Capital One credit card and didn't pay it or some crap. I didn't watch it. I was just reading the description. But anyhow. So that's the update. They're going to be doing more live streams on Joe's channel. They said they're going to be dropping some evidence, dropping some tea, spilling the tea, however you want to say it. So, of course, I'm going to be watching that. Okay. I'll give y'all a minute to finish commenting about it. And while y'all's doing that, I'm going to find this very, very sad case I found this morning. It was a little bit confusing when I first read it. Because the victims have the same last names as the suspect. First, I thought it was the dad that did this, but no, it wasn't. I'm going to show it with y'all. So this little 4-year-old girl in Missouri, she was found beaten. She had been submerged in a pond, then left to freeze to death on the bank. Her mother and her sibling, it's 2 years old, were found beaten too. Now, the 4-year-old little girl died. The mom and the 2-year-old, they were beaten pretty bad, but they're going to make it. Let me close out one of my windows so I don't have problems here. What in the hell would, possess someone to go beat up a mother, beat a child to death, try to beat the other one to death? What would possess them to do that? Now, the male suspect is related to the victims. They have the same last name. This happened in Brenton County, Missouri at Cole Camp. Let's see. The suspect's name, Ethan Mast, 35. Courtney Almond, 21. They've been arrested and the charges are pending. James Mast, who is 28 years old and is related to the victims, he called 911 around 1 right before 1 a.m. on Sunday. Let's see. I'm going to read it to y'all. Deputies in rural central Missouri are investigating the death of a 4-year-old girl who died Sunday morning. Her father said when she was beaten, submerged in a pond, then left to freeze on the bank, the Benton County Sheriff's Office reports. James Mast, 28, called 911 just before 1 a.m. when temperatures in Cold Camp were well below freezing, and said that the girl's mother, 28-year-old Mary S. Mast, and a 2-year-old boy were also severely beaten. Ethan J. Mast, 35, and Courtney T. Almond, 21, have been arrested pending multiple felony charges, the sheriff's office said. Mary Mast and the toddler were taken to Bothwell Regional Hospital and are recovering from their injuries. The sheriff's office said that more arrests are possible and declined to provide further information. Is the father that called 911 involved? Who else could be involved? What is the motive here? The sheriff's office said, okay, I didn't read that. Authorities did not say if or how James Mast and Ethan Mast are related, and said about Almond only that she lives in a neighboring residence. The pair were booked at 1:30 a.m. according to court records, which say they're on a 24-hour hold pending charges. Says this is a developing story and more details will be added as they become available. What would possess these two to attack this woman and her children? And where was the father at the time that this happened? What's his name? Let me go back down. James Mast. Where was he at when this happened? Let me see if I can go find another. I had another article about this. Let me go over to chat. Hey, Bailey. How are you? Sherilyn. Hey, hon. Oh, yeah. Let me get y'all's late slips. And then I'm going to go see what else I can find about this. I was looking this morning. I didn't see anything else. Every article I went to said the same thing as crime online. The same exact thing. But I think, let me see what else I can find. They have to be related. I mean, they don't have to be, but it seems like they are. The dad's name is James Mast. The suspect is Ethan Mast. And then there's this Courtney Almond who lives in a neighboring residence. Why do they always have the large foreheads and crooked ponytail bun at the top of their heads? Maybe their brains are too tight. You know what? Maybe they got some enlarged brains, and maybe that's why they're monsters. Makes them crazy. I don't know. I often wonder if these freaking killers have got something wrong inside their brains. They have to, like, I don't know. Like something how you say that? I can't say it. Neurological or something like that. Oh, yeah. I went to find this crap. Let me just look at it on my phone. That way I don't have to get out of my chat. I'm typing it in. I really hope this father's not involved. But that keeps going through my mind. And when stuff keeps going through my mind like that, I'm usually right. Sometimes I'm not. I usually am. Okay. This is just saying the same thing. A Missouri girl has died after she, her mother, and a toddler boy were badly beaten. Okay, it says, here's something it didn't say in the last article. It says the little girl was left to freeze on the bank before being taken back into her home. Who took her back into the home? Did the father find her on the bank and take her back in the home? I'm going to have to keep following this because I want to know who's responsible for this. Who else responsible? Evidently, they think more people are involved. It just says the mom and 2-year-old suffered injuries in what deputies described as a severe beating. Severe beating. Jeez. Who could beat on a child or an animal? It blows my mind. It bumfuzzles me. Like, who could do that? How could you actually sit there and hit and beat on something that's weaker than you? Something that's innocent? Sons of bitches. I hope the devil shoves a pitchfork up their ass when their day comes to answer for all their crimes. Pieces of crap. Hope Lori Vallow gets one shoved up her ass too. Okay, here's another. Let me click on this other article and see. I like to see some pictures of the children. Okay, it just says the 4-year-old's name has not been released. She was left to die by Ethan Mast and Courtney Almond in the pond. I guess the dad found her on the bank because he told officers that his daughter had been beaten, submerged in a pond, and left to freeze on the bank. He must have found her on the bank and took her back inside. He could not be involved, but I don't know. Just made me think maybe it was because they said they were investigating more people, but I wonder if this was like a robbery or what. What's going on? Poor little girl. Hey, Pickle Pickles. I didn't even see Pickle Pickle because I was looking at my phone. Yeah, it's so sad. Here it is, the holidays, and it's so sad any time of year, just to be honest. But it just breaks my heart to think, this little girl, little boy's gonna make it, I reckon. But, she should be here getting ready for Christmas, excited for Christmas. Hey, read my long comment before, if you can see it. Oh, okay. Okay. If you don't tag my name, I don't. Cece, did you hear about the 2 boys' wife shot to death by husband? Dad shortly after posting to Facebook about his wife cheating. It was in Mayfield, Kentucky, earlier yesterday morning. Hey, I think I did see something on Crime Online. Let's get in there and see. Thanks for telling me. Sometimes I glance at the chat and I'll think, oh, y'all's talking to each other, not me, so I'll just go on by. I did see something about I thought a murder-suicide. No, this is a Texas man murders wife, tries to kill sons before hanging himself. I don't see it. I see where a 9-month-old infant girl that was abducted was found safe. That's good. I'll have to look it up. Let me go look and see. Red Ram. Every time I say your name, I think about that movie, The Shining. Okay. Did you say he killed wife and kids? And kids in Kentucky. Oh, okay. You're sending me some stuff. I see your message. Okay. Kyle Milken. How do you say his name? Milliken? Kyle Milliken. made this post on Facebook last night. He found out his wife was cheating on him after he posted he shot his sons and his wife before taking his own life. Okay, Mayfield, Kentucky. Let me put this in my Google thing. Wow. I'm telling you, you don't never know how someone will react if you tell them their spouse is cheating on them or they catch their spouse cheating. I mean, really. Gosh, people are nuts. Some people would seem to kill you as let anyone else have you. Hey, Colleen, good morning. Let me see. Right here, family of 4 dead. Thank you, Red Ram. I need to get back into the Discord. We're going to pull this up and look at it. I don't know how far Mayfield, Kentucky is from me. That's a pretty good long ways. I'm close to Eastern Kentucky, and I'm close to East Tennessee. Okay, let me see what else Red Rum's saying. Okay, we're going to pull all that up. Thank you, Red Rum, so much, so much. Let me get into the Discord, and I just want to pull the pictures of the post up. See, open original. Close out the Discord so I don't share any post messages. Okay, so here's what, okay. My kids are my everything. A woman can come and go if she is not happy. You can't make her happy. A lot of the time, she was going to do it anyway. But when you pick up someone and carry them for years and she still betray you, what do? There's one person that knows the story behind this journey. Donnie, be glad I did find you tonight. I have got to say I love my boys with every ounce of me. Everything I have done in life as an adult has been for them, to have a better life that I had growing up. Then you have this stuff pop up and throw a whole wrench in it. Wow. We'll read the article too. Okay, let me get out of that. Let me go get another screenshot. Oh my gosh. Lighter. Don't fail me now. Okay, let's see what else she sent us. Okay, so someone else says, this is Ashley Milliken. Don't know her, doesn't matter. She was in an abusive relationship. She wanted out. She asked for help without actually asking for help. I do not know what it's like to be in the situation, thank God. So, no, I can't say what I would do. But y'all get out of the relationship if it's going this way. They will do it again. They will. It may take years to come back around, but they will. This is the last post this beautiful young lady posted. And now today, we're praying for her. Domestic violence is real. Death is also real. They all think he will never kill me. I mean, that's the God's truth. Let me tell you, a lot of men don't plan on killing their wives. A lot of men that beat up on their wives or whoever they beat up on, they don't plan on killing them. They just, in a moment of rage, will start hitting them and they lose control and can't stop. I actually had a cop tell me that one time because my first husband beat on me. My mom would call the cops and have them sent to my house for welfare checks. One time they come and he told me, it's like, eventually he will lose control and he will not be able to stop hitting you. And he will kill you. And one time, well, several times, he about killed me. He about beat me to death in a motel room in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. And I was hospitalized. We had gotten back together. He had suckered me back in. And then he got me off away from my family and he jumped on me and he couldn't quit hitting me. He about freaking killed me. Okay, let's look at this other screenshot. I think this shows pictures of kids. Okay, my kids are my okay, so that's the same post. This one just has the pictures with it. And so he posted this right before he killed them all. I need to read the article so we know exactly what went on. Thank you, Red Rum. Yes, Milliken. Okay, so you pronounce it Milliken. Okay. Okay, it says family of 4 dead after reported shooting south of Mayfield, Kentucky. 4 people are dead after reported shooting at a home. Kentucky State Police 1 dispatch received a call about a shooting at 198 Smiths Lane around 8:25 a.m. Sunday. Troopers say they found 4 people dead inside the home. Graves County Coroner Brad Jones identified them as Kyle Milliken, Ashley Milliken, and their 2 sons, ages 8 and 13. Dear God. Their autopsies were scheduled for Monday at the Western Kentucky Medical Examiner's Office in Madisonville, Kentucky. The investigation is ongoing at this time. Why does Graves County sound familiar to me? Was Graves County somewhere around where Savannah Spurlock first disappeared from or something? It sounds so familiar. Gosh, prayers for this family. Oh my gosh, those sweet kids. Okay, so like I don't get that. Like I struggle with mental illness and stuff, but I don't get like hurting your family members because your wife cheated on you. He had to have something bad wrong with him already. You know? He was probably abusive to her before, and she was just ashamed to say it. Hey, Miss Jones. How are you? I'll tell Annabelle you said hey. I need to do a little video with her. It's about control. Yes, when they lose control, they flip a freaking switch, a psycho switch, a monster switch. Same thing that happened with Botus Doulos. He lost control of Jennifer. Wow, my chat's behind. So he killed her. Then he lost control of the entire situation. Like he knew he was going to jail, so he decided to control how his story ended. So he took his own life. Hey, Nika. Morning. I'm not sure where that's at, Red Rum. Pataca, Kentucky. I've never heard of that. I've never heard of it. Actually, I've never heard of Macefield, Kentucky, I don't think. Maybe I have. I know I've heard of Graves County, though, before. We've talked about cases out of that county before. Anyways, I bet it comes out that he really was abusive to her. In her Facebook post, she said, thank God she'd never been in that situation, but people lie. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing, and you don't want to tell anybody because you think you still love this person, even though they are abusing you. When you suffer abuse like that, I mean, you actually get it in your head like, hey, nobody else will ever have me. You actually really believe that you love this person that's abusing you. I mean, it really messes up your head. You know, people say, well, you know, that's her own fault for being abused. She should leave. It's not as easy as that. And just because you leave your abuser don't mean you're safe either. I tell you what, you don't never know somebody else's struggles. So, you know, shouldn't judge them. until you've been in that situation. Where the hell you been, nurse teacher? I've been missing you. That's a nice way to be greeted, ain't it? I'm just kidding. When I say stuff like that, I'm just kidding. I was thinking about you yesterday. Hey, short, nice. Or you feel sorry for them and they want to change them. Yeah. And, I never knew what the honeymoon stage was in an abusive relationship until that cop talked to me and told me that one day he was going to start beating on me and not be able to stop and he was going to kill me. And he went on to explain that you can split up from them and then they sucker you back in. They promise you the world. They'll never do it again. They're going to change. They'll buy you stuff and you take them back. And that honeymoon stage don't last very long, not even a week sometimes. And it's just a repeated cycle with it. I left my husband so many times. My first husband's not even funny. So the last time I left him, nobody thought that I was going to really stay gone. They thought I'd take him back. Boy, oh, I fooled them. Because what a lot of people don't realize about me, when I'm done, I'm done. That's it. I felt like something had been lifted off of me that next morning after I finally did leave him that last time. And I actually didn't know what to freaking do, y'all. It's hard to explain. Like, I didn't know what to do. I had been abused and controlled and bossed around. My childhood had been used against me, my trauma and everything. No, a cop didn't used to. No, a cop was telling me about my abusive husband when, he came to my house because they used to come to my house all the time because he was always jumping on me. And I never would press charges. But when he broke my wrist and bloodied my nose and blacked my eye, he got cuffed and stuffed. They didn't ask me shit. Neighbors called the cops, and I was at the next door neighbors. Somebody else had called the cops, and I watched them pull in. They come over there. They looked at me. They went over there, and they drug his ass out. And that cop was telling me about the honeymoon stage, Natalie. Yeah, he was telling me about, how they'll abuse you. You'll leave them, and they'll sucker you back in. It's called the honeymoon stage. They'll buy you stuff. I never got rid of that son of a bitch. Never. I had to go get restraining orders against him, and that judge finally told him, hey, look, if you contact her again, even through third party, I'm going to give you a year on each charge. And she actually extended my protection order for a year. Because those protection orders don't last that long. But she extended it. Yeah. It's called the honeymoon stage. I never did know all this crap. I guess I was ignorant. But anyways, he's got a miserable life now. Karma's a bitch, ain't it? Bad alcoholic. Good looking man, bad alcoholic. Bad abuser. Okay. Anyways, prayers for this family. We'll keep following this. Hopefully Red Rum, she'll probably put up some videos or something, give us a lot more information. She's good about that. So is Will. Oh, speaking of Will, yesterday, guys, 411 now, I saw a post that his father-in-law died. So I gave my condolences in a community post. And someone had hacked him, got into his YouTube, and made that community post. His father-in-law had some kind of little accident Saturday. I think kid took him to the hospital, picked him up. He was fine, And then yesterday morning, I got up and I saw that post and I was like, oh my God. He had a little accident, but, he was fine. They sent him home, but I was thinking he must have died of a heart attack or something. No, it was a hacker. Isn't that a cruel thing to do? And say people have no freaking lives, y'all. No lives. Let me pull up this last topic I had this morning. I actually didn't know this lady was missing, I don't think. Maybe I did. Yeah, that's a messed up thing to do. Call me silly, but listen to Justin Bieber's Love Yourself. I bet you can relate. I'm going to write that down, girl. You know, I got to make notes or I can't remember nothing. I still got my little recipe wrote down here. 100% pure love gave me that you can mix all this stuff together to make your nails grow. I got it wrote down here. Let's see. Love yourself. Okay. I never listened to Justin Bieber. I just never been into him. I think he's the little punk. He used to be. I think he actually started out on YouTube. Could be wrong about that. You love Justin Bieber? Oh my gosh, I never listened to him. Yeah, it's my weakness too, Natalie. I totally get that. You know, but looks ain't everything, Natalie. You know? I've told this story before. I once went out when I was in high school with my brother's friend from a couple counties over. Best looking guy I'd ever seen in my life. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Um, really good looking. Got out on a date with him. He was a complete asshole, y'all. I asked him to take me back home, and of course, like he did, but I never looked at him the same. He was so ugly to me after that, you know, when I looked at him. I no longer seen the good looks. He had a horrible personality. He was just after one thing, and I went down for it. Anyways, body of North Carolina woman found 3.5 months, or 3.5 weeks, my bad, after she went missing. I get in a hurry and get bumfuzzled. As investigators in North Carolina have found the body of a 26-year-old mom who was last seen at her home on November 25th. Apex police began investigating Emily Montgomery's disappearance on November 27th and charged her boyfriend, 29-year-old Jose Carlos Granazo, I think it's how you say his name, Granazo, with her murder on December 2nd. Investigators did not say what led them to Montgomery's body, found Saturday in an industrial area of northwestern Raleigh, near Briar Creek. Search warrants filed in the case say that Jose picked Montgomery up at her home on the night of November 25th, and that she later texted a friend to say that she and Jose weren't getting along. The News and Observer said one message said that she was going to kill Jose before he killed her, the warrant said. Wow. I bet he told him where her body was at. I guarantee it. A second message sent later in the night said, "It is going to happen. He is going to kill me first." And then Montgomery's mother got a text that said her daughter was going to check into detox. Something her mother said didn't ring true without more explanation. Jose was questioned on November 28th when he told detectives he took Montgomery to Thanksgiving dinner at his mother's home, but she wouldn't go inside because she had not done her hair. He went inside alone, he said, and when he returned a half hour later, she was gone. I do not believe that for 1 second that she sat in the car while he went and had Thanksgiving dinner because her hair wasn't done. I don't believe that. I don't think she was with him. He'd done killed her probably. But the warrant said that data from Montgomery and Jose's cell phone showed them both together after the visit to his mother's house. Well, he probably had her phone in his car. Montgomery's phone was turned off near Wake Med Carey Hospital, the warrant says. This disproves Jose's story that he was not with Emily when she left his parents' home. I'd say he had done killed Emily, and her car was just in the, or her phone was in the car. I could be wrong. She could have not wanted to go in there because her hair wasn't done. That's just weird. Weird. Why even go then if you're not going to go in? Apex police used those statements to obtain a search warrant for Jose's Jeep Wrangler, where they allegedly found a large amount of blood in the front seat. This led to his arrest on a charge of first-degree murder. He is being held without bond at the Wake County Jail. So weird that she sent a text to her mom saying that she was going to kill him first. I bet that was him texting her mom he had done killed her. That's just my theory. Montgomery's mother told police that Jose had beaten up on her daughter at least once before in September. Montgomery was the mother of a 5-year-old boy. She loved that kid more than anything, her friend Jamie Boyd told the station. That was her whole entire world. That was her motivating force for everything in life. See, she was stuck in this vicious cycle of letting this man abuse her, and he ended up killing her. I know she was stuck in the vicious cycle of that because he had beaten her up in September. He looks like a weirdo. Look at his freaking eyes. They look strange to me, guys. Very strange. I bet he probably confessed and found her body, or they used the cell phone data to find the location where he had put her at. Maybe. That's a good possibility. Beautiful, beautiful girl. She's got really pretty eyes. He looks like a complete freaking weirdo, though. And that's what I'm thinking, too, Colleen. We think alike. I was thinking that last night when I was reading this. He was sending those texts because why would she say, I'm going to kill him first before he kills me? And then a text back, oh, he's going to kill me first. Then a text that, what was it? Oh, that she was going to detox without any explanation. He's a Canadian boy, so I like him. Bieber, short and nice. Didn't he start out on YouTube? Seems like I read that. I could be wrong. Was who read to me, Natalie? I've done forgot. You'll have to tell me. People are crazy. You know what? He probably just snapped on her. Like that cop explained to me, they'll start beating on you and then they'll just lose control and they can't stop. Hey, I about got strangled to death. I about got strangled to death by my first husband. I've told the story on here before. He had me pinned up against the wall. He was choking me, and I thought I was going to die. And I couldn't think about nothing, but I couldn't breathe. He's going to kill me. A tear come out of my eye, rolled down my cheek, and he let go. But I was about to pass out. I really thought I was going to die. People say, I wonder what's on somebody's mind when something's happening like that. I couldn't think about nothing, but I couldn't breathe. There was no family going through my head. And of course, at this time, I didn't have a child. Thank God I didn't have no children by my first husband. But yeah, I thought I was going to die. And he actually told me that's the only reason he released is because he saw that tear roll down my face. It must have brought him back to reality or something. I don't know. Getting almost beat to death sure changes your mind. I'll die alone. Yeah, it really does some mental damage to you, don't it, Lisa? I heard somebody say a while back, mental abuse is worse than physical. You can heal from the physical. If someone's physically abusing you, it damages you mentally, okay? And most of the time, when you're in an abusive relationship like that and they are physically abusing you, they are also emotionally abusing you. They're taking away all your self-esteem, too. Sometimes people shouldn't speak on things that they don't even freaking know. I mean, I guess I do that sometimes, but when I hear people say things like that about abuse, it just, it pisses me off. It does. Because that's just common sense. If someone's beating up on you physically, it's going to damage you mentally. And most of the time, they do both to you, like I said, almost always. I've never heard of someone in an abusive relationship that being physically assaulted, never heard anyone say they wasn't mentally abused as well, along with it. Hold on, guys. Let me see what my little Smokey's wanting. He's wanting in my door. Too bad you can't open the door, lady. Come on, Bubba. He's got to be by his mother's side. We need some merch that says I love my mutter with the dog print on it. Like mutt, but mutter. It's not a mother. Me and Smokey came up with that. I've always thought I was strong, but I was in that kind of relationship, and I look back and I think, how did I stay that so long? Yeah, I think back and I'm like, what in the hell? Why in the hell did you let him beat on you like that and abuse you? My mom once told me there's not something's not right in your head to let someone treat you that way. But you know what? It's easy for people to say things like that when it's never happened to them and they've never been in that situation. Anyhow, that's why, I know what it's like to be mistreated. That's why I try to advocate for women and children, any victims, anyone that's a victim. Men can be the victims of abuse as well. There are women that abuse men as well, such as Catherine Knight. She abused her husband. Okay, I saw something else on Crime Online I wanted to share with y'all before I get off here. Oh, guys, we're still going. Okay, so this week we're not going to have a channel members live stream on Wednesday night. It's the 23rd Wednesday. Let me see. What is today? 21st. Yeah. So on the 23rd, we're going to have a live stream, like a little Christmas party live stream, ugly Christmas sweater live stream party, whatever you want to call it. Maybe we'll play some more trivia or just sit around and chill. If anybody wants to come up on panel, we can. I'm going to try to do it in front of the Christmas tree so we got a pretty background. If I had my makeup on, I would show y'all my new chair. It's so comfortable. But I'll show y'all probably Wednesday. Maybe I'll show y'all in the morning. Okay, so before I get off here, I just saw an article that went up. Let me see. Brother arrested for teen girl's 2006 death after killing her because they thought she was pregnant. Wow. Hold on a minute, Smokey. I'm about done. He's wanting me to do something for him. What? Here, let me pet you while I'm finishing up here. Calm down. Okay. So there's her picture. See what her name is. 3 suspects have been arrested in connection with the death of a Florida girl who was found deceased in 2006. Manatee County Sheriff's Office arrested Ralph Williams, 36, Taiwan Williams, 32, for the murder of Amber Woods, who was 16 when she disappeared. The suspect's half-brother, Jermaine Brown, was arrested for acting as an accessory after the murder. The driver discovered Wood's body on February 11, 2006, off of State Road 62, around 3 miles from Hardy County. Wood's aunt told police she had last seen the teen around 6 hours prior to the discovery at their Hardy County home off of the 3100 block of State Road 62. Fox 13 Tampa Bay reports that according to Sheriff Rick Wells, Ralph Williams and Woods were dating when she disappeared. He reportedly wanted to end their relationship. A text message exchange revealed that Williams thought Woods was pregnant at the time and had concerns about her being underage. An autopsy later revealed that she was not pregnant. Despite the text messages, authorities did not have enough evidence to make an arrest in the case. The suspects lied about their whereabouts, according to police. In 2019, authorities reopened the case and used cell phone tracking software that had been previously unavailable. The tracking software placed Ralph Williams' phone near the area where Woods was found on the same night she disappeared. In November, investigators reportedly learned from Brown that Ralph Williams drove Woods to a remote area where Taiwan Williams shot and killed her. Brown allegedly admitted he helped Ralph Williams drag Woods' body into a field with high grass before they fled. So back then in 2006, it wasn't as easy to track phones like they can now. An autopsy report confirmed that Woods died from a gunshot wound to her back. Ralph Williams, who was already in jail on unrelated charges, was charged with second-degree murder. Taiwan Williams, who was also in jail on unrelated charges, was charged on December 15th with second-degree murder. Both remain behind bars without bail. Brown, a convicted sex offender, previously pleaded guilty to accessory charges. He is currently behind bars at the Manatee County Jail. So I'm a little confused. Was she... Okay, so Ralph was not related to her, right? I was confused about that. Okay, so no, he wasn't. Jermaine Brown is her half-brother. Okay. That confused me when I was reading it. Sometimes I have to read things a couple times. Anyways, I'm glad they got that solved. That poor girl. I'd rather kill her than her have a baby. And the girl was not even pregnant. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Lisa, those are spoiled dogs. Oh my gosh. I will never spoil dogs like this again, guys. Well, I probably will. They are so spoiled. But you know what? My dogs know how to communicate with me when they want something, which is pretty cool. And they do understand, certain things I say, certain sentences like I'll be back in just a minute. But leave the house, even to go see my goat, I have to say that. If not, they start going crazy. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get off here, go get me something to eat. I've not ate yet. Thanks for chatting. Thanks to everyone for their support. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Y'all have a great day. Be safe and be kind and peace. Hurry and get the rest of your Christmas shopping done, but be safe, guys. Wear your mask. Excuse you, lady. Bye, guys. Lady's coughing.